Destiny 2's Season of the Haunted dropped today and it gave us a brand new playable narrative. Today we're going to detail the first part of Season of the Haunted storyline, and as we get further and further into the story, I'll do more videos breaking it down each and every single week. If you guys are playing the new update just like me, let me know in the comments down below what you think of the storyline, and if you're thinking of jumping onto Destiny and giving it a go, then let me know down below as well. But anyway, without further ado, let's get straight into it.
It is the beginning of the end. A dormant herald of the collapse stirs in its lunar tomb. Where once we banished the nightmares, a new terror rouses them from their slumber. Calus, the Emperor of the Cabal, betrayed by his own daughter and cast into exile. Now obsessed with a voice calling to him from within the darkness. But we will not cower in fear of nightmares. We will do as Guardians have always done. We will rise to meet the enemy and confront our darkest fears with open eyes.
So to begin with, the Season of the Haunted storyline narrative very heavily focused around Calus. Calus was sent to exile by his daughter, Empress Keitel. However, when he was sentenced, he began to hear whispers from a being within the darkness, and became almost obsessed with it. This being, of course, being the Witness. When Calus anchored his ship onto the moon, the Leviathan emitted some form of a disruptive frequency, but then the dormant pyramid on the moon responded to that. Eris Morn believes that a connection was made between the Leviathan and the pyramid when it did dock on the moon.
Shortly after the Leviathan's arrival, it emitted a disruptive frequency.
We assumed the broadcast was comms interference.
But then the pyramid responded. I believe a connection has been made. Your task is to confirm that notion and assess the danger.
So to begin with in the storyline, we board the Leviathan and we just see that it's absolutely infested with nightmare phantoms. The phantoms were generated by the lunar pyramid on the moon. However, Eris finds it really strange that they've actually left the moon and boarded the Leviathan.
Do you see the phantoms? Strange that they have left the moon. They were generated by the lunar pyramid, dredged trauma like scorch marks lifted from a ruin.
As we venture further and further into the Leviathan, we meet a phantom figure named the Nightmare of Saphia, who leads us onto a path all the way to Calus's throne.
Lightbearer, I have seen your kind before. You seek oblivion.
This could be a trap.
It's not. Pursue this lead.
All the same, proceed with caution.
Now, as of right now, I'm not too sure who this Saphia is, so if anyone knows, leave it down below in the comments. I'd be very interested to find out. However, upon being led to Calus's throne, it was a trap.
It is time to leave. Hold that. I will retrieve you. Something has placed itself between us. I cannot reach you. Marcus! Run!
We ran from one end of the Leviathan all the way to the other, got back in our ship, and headed straight back to the helm.
The lunar pyramid stirs to the Leviathan's call. It manifests our deepest regrets. They wear familiar faces and speak with familiar voices.
Remember your last advisor, Zavala. You trust this one's judgment?
I can bind these nightmares to us, grant us safe passage through the ship.
Hive magic. You would doom us all.
I know what I'm asking you to confront.
Do you?
The rules have bent around us. We must also bend.
Madness. Your witchcraft plays right into my father's hands. Find someone else for your ritual.
Your regrets will follow you, Empress. Let me offer protection.
My armor is protection enough. I will lead the charge. You need only follow.
Now, Zavala, Eris and Empress Keitel are all discussing what they'd essentially just witnessed on the Leviathan. Eris mentions that the lunar pyramid on the moon stirs to the Leviathan's call, meaning that the ship is in full control and essentially just generating these nightmares to fight against us on the Leviathan. Eris is actually willing to use the power of hive magic to bound the nightmares towards us, making it a safer passage through the Leviathan and potentially even lead us towards Calus. Empress Keitel is not having any of this and does not want to be a part of this ritual in any way. Zavala, Eris, Crow and us proceed to this ritual, each giving a single offering and watching Eris proceed.
We'll anchor our offerings. Now, tithe your weights to the crown.
My heart, from a time long past.
My memory, from one life to the next.
Song of Sothona, your words are mine to command. Borlog, Ayat.
Eris!
Chords plucked in offered throats find chorus. Echoes once dissonant, exhumed, find harmony in binding flesh. It burdens. It burdens. It burdens until the choir relents, accepting. We are bound.
After the ritual is complete, we jump back onto the Leviathan and continue the nightmare's containment. Now we complete the public event and go through it and obviously contain all of the nightmares that we can on the Leviathan, until we gain a bound presence, which is one of the things you gain when completing the nightmare's containment. This is essentially to carry out a Severance ritual, which is to be done alongside Crow on the Leviathan. Although Crow is struggling to deal with his nightmare self along the way.
How did you deal with all this? You had what, 4 or 5 of these things haunting you? How did you even sleep?
I do not sleep. I dealt with my demons by confronting them head-on. The words they are saying are your personal truths. They are your thoughts, fears, and nightmares brought to life. That nightmare is no more Uldren Sov than you are.
Oh. Thank you.
I do not require your thanks. I require you to be stronger than your fears.
Now, Crow's nightmare actually takes shape of Uldren Sov, reminding Crow of his complete past before he was resurrected by a ghost, and basically states that it was his fault for the death of the Scions, and he was a massive burden on the likes of his sister, Mara Sov. So, whilst en route to the Severance site, we place down 3 ritual amplifiers and finally meet up with Crow and his nightmare self, Uldren Sov.
Each amplifier grounds our Severance in the Leviathan's connection to the darkness.
Loyalist welcoming party ahead. Maybe I can find a way around.
This is what the Traveler made you for. We're killers. Don't shy away from it.
I don't kill unless I have to.
Right. You only murder the deserving, like Keitel's scion.
That was a mistake. It was a mistake.
Lucky Saladin owned it for us. just like Mara always used to. I'm ready to finish this. Is this why you push so hard to remember me, little bird? So you could burn Uldren at the stake and prove your independence? It's the right thing to do. I have to. How many failed attempts to do the right thing before you realize our fervor always backfires? Mara had you wrapped around her finger. Everything I do is because I want to. Sure. Outcome's the same, isn't it? You cut out pieces of yourself until there was nothing left of your humanity. You enjoyed it. That's the difference. Please. You'd swallow all those whiny little morals given the right push. You've come so close already. That's why you run. I'm not running. We'll see. Our legacy is calling.
Father.
The ritual then begins and we go on to fight the Nightmare of Fikrul the Fanatic. For those that aren't sure who Fikrul is, he's essentially the leader of the Scorn Barons and the Archon of the Scorn. Now, after the fight we defeat Fikrul and we meet back with Crow and Nightmare Uldren Sov.
Hated just like you were. You can help him, but you just don't. Because it's one more step towards me. It's why you won't help our sister either. After everything Mara's done for us. I don't want her help!
This isn't a knife fight, Crow. Accept his words. Move through them.
No! No! I'm going to enjoy ripping him out of me. Try. I'll just burrow back in, over and over until I'm all you have. Eris, what do I do?
Retreat is not weakness. Breathe. We can try again in time.
Sorry I let you down. Come to tell me it's not my fault? Hey, Guardian. I know this is on me. You don't have to feed me any comforting platitudes. I've been running from the truth for long enough. You know, when I first came to the city, I told these little lies about who I was or where I came from. Nothing hurtful, just a few stories to keep a comfortable distance from the truth. To fill in the blanks when I got my memories back. I remembered Uldren did the same thing. He started little rumors, recounted adventures to an audience, planted gossip in Mara's ear just to watch those stories spread. We're exactly the same. Down to the instincts. It's in my blood. I thought I could do this. I thought I could prove to Zavala and Keitel and you and everyone else that I was better than him. But lies, they only get us so far.
Crow is really struggling and was hoping that the Nightmare equivalent of himself, Uldren Sov, would be detached from him once the ritual had completed. But unfortunately for Crow, that just wasn't the case, and Nightmare Uldren Sov was still a massive part of him. So we decided to retreat, go back to the helm, and plan the ritual another time. It would take some time before Crow would be fit to perform another ritual again though, and would need to seek help from Eris to try and counsel him back to being able to do that ritual. So in the meantime, Eris will counsel Crow and try to guide him through the next ritual. But until then, we just need to wait.
It appears the situation is far more complex than I first believed. The Leviathan has become an extension of the lunar pyramid, channeling feelings of shame and regret into reality. The pyramid did so as a security system, driving away those who would tamper with it. But what is happening on the Leviathan? This is purposeful, malicious. As the nightmares on the Leviathan spread, it could threaten Earth and beyond. Calus's bond with the pyramid endangers all of us. Crow was unprepared to face his own demons when we attempted to sever it. And though I may be able to counsel him through the next confrontation, that will take time. You should return to the Leviathan. Continue harvesting the nightmares and disrupting Calus's plans. We will speak again soon.
Now, finally, Crow and Amanda Holiday have an audio conversation, which is really interesting.
We need to talk.
This is not a good time.
It's never a good time. I've been trying to talk to you for weeks and you keep dodging me.
I can't. It's not... Amanda...
How long did you know? How long have you known who you were? We're done. We're done here. I do not have time for this, for you, for anything.
Wait. I was scared. I am scared. People used to kill me for something I didn't... You don't understand!
I cared about you and you lied to me. You wore that mask, you kept secrets from me, pretended to be my friend.
Amanda, I am your friend.
No, you're not. I had a friend and you murdered him.
But guys, that's going to be all for today. That's the story of Season of the Haunted up until this point. As I mentioned, this is just the first week of the story. Every week from this point on, I think for a couple of weeks or even a couple of months, we will have some form of storyline to go and follow. And yeah, it's going to be really interesting. And I really can't wait to progress this story even further. It's getting really juicy. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Don't forget to like today's video, guys. Subscribe for more Destiny, Halo, and other content from other games as well. And check down below in the description to join the community Discord if you've made it this far. Anyway, speak soon, guys. Take care.